Welcome back to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn, and this is the February reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for post notifications. This month, I will be using the Star Tarot spread in honor of Aquarius season. And the first card that comes out in the spread is the Eight of Wands. And that is a card that is indicating that this month you will be receiving a lot of incoming messages. And so these messages will be coming into you quickly. They could be text message, they could be emails, they could be, just in conversation. There might be things that are said to you that kind of reveal the answers to things that you might have been inquiring about. Some of this information that's going to be coming to you is kind of like within the realm of your family, right? And so these could be people that you live in the house with, that are a part of your, like, live in your actual physical home. So that could be like your partner, that could be, your spouse, that could be your parent, it could also be your child. This card is also a card about like tradition. Traditional values as opposed to non-traditional values, and how your family life is really kind of impacting your current situation, right? So whatever it is that you consider to be home is really at the center of the messaging or the information that's going to kind of be coming to you. And the snake here is representative of ultimately the desire to have family, like family is important to you. And so that is playing a role. But it's like there's a conflict here between what you desire versus the tradition. So it could be an issue with you contemplating divorce, or contemplating having a non-traditional type of relationship, or contemplating cheating on your spouse. Or like, again, if this is not you, this is like the reverse. So your partner could be thinking about it or contemplating it, if this is not you. Or you could find out information about any of these elements happening with someone else within your family, not just living in your personal home. If it's just you and your spouse and your children, it could be like someone outside that, you consider a part of your spiritual home. So, like your parents or, someone else that's close to you in your family. The card that is showing up in the position of your emotions is the Ace of Pentacles. And so what you're fearing here is a loss, right? Potentially, like I said, a divorce, a loss of family. The Snake card is showing a desire for family. And so you might be kind of conflicted about where you're living, your living situation. You might be conflicted about your job and potential money opportunities coming to you, or hearing about, losing a job that could affect the structure of your family. It could also indicate that you might be feeling a little bit insecure, whether this is about your finances or your ability to provide. It feels like you might be insecure or kind of nervous about potentially losing investments, or losing something that you've invested in. There's also the element that you might feel like you might miss out on an opportunity that has been presented to you in the past, or will be presented to you during this month. The clarification cards are coming from the Lenormand Oracle deck, and the cards that came out are the Tree, the Bouquet, and the Heart. These cards together are kind of telling a little bit of a story about coming out of a period of having bad health, or finding out that you are having an issue with your heart for some of you, or being worried about your health and how that will affect your family members. It's also, for some of you, could be talking about really the nature and the state of your own physical health in terms of being sick before and now getting to a place where you finally feel like you're feeling better, right? You're like on the upswing, but you might be hearing some information that kind of makes you that whole thing feel threatened. So you might be getting some extra information about your health, and that information is leaving you feeling a little bit insecure, and a little bit worried about the structure, and the stability and the groundedness of your family. So this might have been a health issue that you had before, and then you got better, and now you're hearing some information about that illness possibly kind of like coming back, or just some complications regarding your health. And this could be you, but it could also be someone, like I said, within your family. Your belief regarding the situation is being indicated here by the Knight of Swords. And so your belief is that you have to kind of step into action, and try to tackle whatever information is being presented to you, and kind of like go at it head first, right? So if this is you, I feel like you're tackling this information that you're receiving and trying to kind of proactively step into a space where you're protecting your own health or protecting the nature of your family to make sure that they don't necessarily bear the brunt of anything health related when it comes to or pertaining to you. If this is a family member, then I feel like you are kind of like, this is what we have to do. We got to get our ducks in a row. We got to do this. And I feel like your action is, and your belief is that you have to kind of just go into this head first and tackle the issues at hand and take care of it, and to kind of get everything taken care of in a really quick manner. The card that is the signifier card for this reading, and also considered the heart of the matter, which is the center of everything that is going on, is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And this card is an indication that you're kind of like doing this balancing act and juggling, right? And so your energy is kind of split between two things. And so you might be feeling like you kind of like are overcommitted, and having to deal with two things. So this actually kind of feels like I said, in terms of like within your household, you're kind of struggling with the idea of dealing with your own family, your own personal family, and also family that's on the outside of your family. So if you have your own family, you're married, you have children, you're dealing with your own spouse and your own children and your own household responsibilities. And then also dealing with someone who doesn't necessarily live in your house, but is a part of your family. And so you're also responsible for them. And so there is like a feeling of being kind of like overloaded with the responsibilities, staying on top of paying your bills, and going to work, and dealing with your children, and dealing with your partner, and making sure that you have the time and the energy to do everything, right? And so that actually kind of even feeds back into the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, which is just like a loss. So it's a physical loss, but it can also be physical losses can also be in terms of like energy and time, which are very tangible. If you are also invested in one area over another in your life, meaning like you're really focused on work, but you don't have time to spend time with your family, or you're really focused on work, but you also can't, you're not focused on your own physical health. That is also something to be kind of aware of also in the situation. So this card is really asking for you to kind of like prioritize your time, your energy, and to focus on the things that matter, that truly matter, especially when they're are things that have taken time to build and time to get to the place where it's at, and now it feels like it's in a good place, and you really don't want to mess that up, right? So it's really about really reprioritizing your time and your energy, and make sure that you kind of have like a really good balance in between the things that you want to do and the things that you need to do, and being there for the people that need you and the people that you want to be there for. This card is being clarified by the Crossroad card and also the Dog card. And this is absolutely an indication that you're going to have to make a choice, right? A choice between two things, whether it be two people, two situations, where to direct your energy, where to spend your time, where to spend your money. But it ultimately comes down to your loyalty. And so you're going to have an issue where your loyalty is going to come into play. And so who you are loyal to and who you feel a sort of obligation to is really going to come up, and you're going to have to make a decision based on that, right? So like, are you loyal to your wife? Are you loyal to your parents? Are you loyal to your children? Are you loyal to yourself? So ultimately, with the Crossroad card, it's like you come to the point where a decision has to be made. You can only follow one path, and the path that you follow, or the path that you don't follow, is ultimately cut off to you, because you're going to make a decision and then you have to kind of stick with your decision. But it's actually going to come down to a sense of like loyalty, like which path do you take, and who gets to benefit from you making that choice, because ultimately that's what this is kind of looking like for you. The card that is coming out in the position of the subconscious and what will come to light is that you kind of want to start over fresh. You kind of want to just deviate from the path that you're on and start over fresh. For some of you, and this is not all of you, there is this idea here that's present. And I keep getting this impression, so I'm just going to say it. There are some of you that are struggling with being faithful, being faithful to your partner, to your spouse, to someone that you live with, because you have the opportunity to have an illicit affair with another fire sign individual, so another Leo, Aries, or Sag individual. The offer is on the table. The messages come in, and so and there's also a water sign person. This could be the person that you're married to, or it can also be the person that is offering it to you. So the fire sign could be also a person that you're married to, and then there's a water sign. So there's Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, and then there's a Leo, Sag, and Leo, Sag, and Aries energy, right? So the choice is between these two people, and you have to make a decision between them in terms of, if you want to take this person up on their offer, to kind of like step out of your marriage or to step out of your relationship and to engage in like a relationship with them. And I feel like you're kind of struggling with the offer because I feel like you do want to take it. I feel like you want to be a good husband, a good wife, or and focus on your family, but you kind of feel conflicted with that, and you're having a little bit of difficulty with it because I feel like there is something in your family tree that you might feel like you're predisposed to cheating in a way, or it's something that you've seen in the past and you're trying very hard not to follow that path. And so now you're in the situation where you have to make a choice about where you want to go. But your family is very important to you. And that loyalty, your family is really important to you, and you don't want to run the risk of, messing that up and ending up kind of like, being out in the cold in terms of like your family. And so, but the offer is there, right? And so I feel like you're kind of having a little bit of a struggle with whether or not you should take up the offer or you should stay your ass at home. And that's for some of you. In the position of your hopes and your dreams is the 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, I mean, I feel like ultimately what you want and what you desire is a really strong family structure and basis. You want to be in a situation where you're financially okay, where you're able to provide for your family and the people that you love and care about, and have that be a long-term success and be successful in that. That's very important to you. That is at the heart of your it's showing up in the spread. Like I said, the 10 of Pentacles is really about being financially okay, being secure, being able to provide for the people that you love and care about. And that is important to you. But like I said, you're also very conflicted about your desires outside of that. The outcome is being represented here by the Three of Cups card. And the Three of Cups is really a card that talks about celebrations and having a good time and celebrating like the major happenings in your life, family and friends, having fun and enjoying yourself. It's also being clarified here by the Sun card. So it's interesting because Spirit is really not trying to put your business on blast. Okay? I'm going to let you know. Spirit is not trying to put you on blast. Ultimately, like I said, the choice is yours. You can go down whatever path you choose. But be aware that with the Sun card, this is an illumination. And we have to always remember that whatever is done in the dark will always come into the light, into the sunlight. And so just be aware of that, right? But ultimately, your choice is to choose the thing that makes you happy, the thing that makes you feel good, the thing that, literally will allow you to have a good time, to celebrate. Like I said, friends and family is very important to you. And it's also coming up in your reading a lot about the kind of like doing like this balancing act. And so you're going to step off of that balancing act and you're going to make a decision. And your decision is going to center around you enjoying yourself and having a good time. Whatever that decision is in terms of the scenario that I said before. In terms of health issues, you will find that everything will work out the way it's supposed to. It will work out okay, and you will be able to celebrate and have a good time with the people that you love and care about. So if you feel like you've had health issues in the past, or you have people in your family who are complaining about being sick, take them to the doctor, get a full checkup. If there's anything that comes out of that, you make sure you handle that as swiftly as possible, getting the most information that you need to get before you make any final decisions about any methods of care that you take. But ultimately, it all works out. If you do choose to be Thotty McHotty, you go out here and you do what you do. Like I said, be prepared for the consequences, but I really do feel like you're going to make the decision that's best for you, whatever that decision is. I am not judging you. I'm just saying, have a good time, okay? Thank you so much for listening to this reading. I had a really good time with this one. Please leave a comment below and let me know how this reading is manifesting in your life, or if it resonates with you in any way. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for post notifications. Come over and join me on my socials, and I will see you soon.